Record. All right, girls, I am hitting record, so we are ready to go. So you know how this works. A couple weeks ago we did this. We're going to review how we did over the last few weeks. So who made their contacts and what helped you be consistent with your contacts? Ooh, let me see, Elizabeth. Put it closer. Wow. Girl, look at that. So did you, if the whole thing's complete, did you X off all the boxes? Uh-oh, I can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Okay.
There you go.
Yay.
Faith just loves to hear what I have to say. I didn't do like 3 a day like we were talking last time. If I skipped one, I added it to another one.
Okay.
And so I carried it around with me in my bag, and I kept it behind the catalog. So every time I either pulled out the catalog or I kept it by my calendar. So every time I pulled it out, I saw it and I was like, crap, I'm not showing up with a blank one next week. So there it was.
Good girl. Good girl. Way to go. So you are my first champion player. Let me see. Woo, Faith, look at that.
I have more than last.
Woo. I love it. No, that's much better than last time. So that's great. That's all we can ask is that you keep trying and you improve every time. So that's awesome, girl. Very, very proud of you. Julie, I know you didn't fill out your sheet, but I know you've had a lot of fun things happening over the last couple of weeks. So
I have a Battle of the Sexes party that is booked, and I'm so excited about that. That was somebody I had talked to like pre-surgery months ago, and she went ahead and scheduled again, which is awesome. And I've a cooking show scheduled for the 20th of February, and on the 13th of February, I have a potential team member I'm meeting with for breakfast, and a free workshop on the 27th of February, and then I have a brunch in March scheduled, and actually I moved one of my Marches to February, so I have now I have 2 dates open, and 2 Saturdays, and then some weekdays. Anyway, so good stuff. Yay, it's getting booked.
Yeah, I love getting your guys' text messages. Like, it's so fun to me because even if you're not writing it down, I know that you're working because you're sending me messages and I'm like, oh, fun things are happening. And that's what I love about this class is that the accountability is there and, like, we really know that we're going to see each other and talk to each other about what is happening and what is not happening. So it's just, it's a good thing to be a part of. So I'm glad that you girls are here. Let's see here. I'm sure I didn't skip anything. Did anybody have any aha moments from like the class that we had 2 weeks ago that you learned that you put into practice over the last few weeks?
For me, it was just do it scared. That was really big for me. And every time I think about, I don't want to do it scared. It's okay that you're scared. Just do it.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody have any aha moments?
Mine was the white slips. Can't even talk. Mine was the white slips of paper. That's a big challenge for me. And doing the event that I got a lot of these contacts for.
Yeah.
I wasn't shy to be like, you fill this out for me.
Good.
So,
I'm so proud of Faith. She had a vendor event, last weekend? Was it last weekend?
Yeah, last Sunday.
And she got 2 bookings from the vendor event. Wow. And they actually put the parties on their calendar that day. So why don't you share, Faith, now that you have your mouth full, but why don't you share how you did that so the girls know? Because I just thought that was amazing, and I love that text when you sent it to me.
I just asked. It was kind of simple. I just said, I have my calendar here, and I had it open. So I had it. This is my little calendar I use now that we don't have our Paper Chef ones.
Yep.
And these are all my white slips of paper. But I had my calendar in front of me. I had a pen, and I said, I'm booking for February, March, because I figured those were the, 2 closest months.
Yep.
And then my one lady, I think she was the first one to book. She did April, which I was like, that's fine. And I just told her that if she holds the date, that I'll bring special something for her to actually hold the date. And it's actually the day before my graduation. I kind of, told her like, oh, I graduate the next day. I've been doing this for 2 years. And she was like, are you sure you want to do the party? What was I going to say? No.
Yeah.
we made it for 3 o'clock, so I'm not going to be there super late, and it won't be a night party, but it's Sunday at 3 o'clock, and then I kind of got a little pep in my step, and it felt really good. So when the next girl came up, I was like, I'm booking March and April, or February, March, and then I said, April is available too. I think I kind of said that, but he booked for March.
Awesome. And I love that, and it is easy to do, but you have to do it. You have to ask. And that's the main word, is ask. We're so like, oh, I should I not? And then we miss our opportunity. But if you take advantage of it, let them tell you no. It's okay, but let them tell you yes too, because then you can celebrate and get really excited. Did you guys do the online course, Recruiting from Invitation to Interview?
Started doing it at work.
Yeah, I started as well.
Good. Okay, so we started. So what do you remember most about what you did watch of it? What did you remember most about what you learned?
I actually printed out, it was the recruiting from invitation to the interview course summary.
Yep.
I printed that out so I could put it, I actually made one of these little binders. That's what I was looking for earlier.
You guys are good students.
my call list binder.
Perfect. I love that.
And I think I'm getting more and more comfortable with calling people. Like I text all these people. I believe the event was on Sunday. I think I text them by Tuesday.
Great.
Monday's usually my super long day at school.
Yeah.
But and a few I didn't hear back from.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm going to call them because maybe they're not getting their text. Maybe they don't. I don't know. You never know. And I didn't see, it said delivered on there, but a lot of them didn't say opened.
Gotcha.
So, and I just left messages.
Yeah. That's all you can do. And then make sure you add them to your database online so that they do get your email, at the beginning of next month, and they do get your email as well too. So that's great.
I just put balsamic on my white comforter.
All right. What will you guys do differently, or what have you started doing differently when using your drawing slips to generate leads? That was on that training call.
Writing on the back of them notes about the person so you remember. Like I had a lady come up to me at a vendor event. She sold Park Lane, and I wrote on the back that she was having her first granddaughter in April. So maybe in April, contact her and say, hey, I know your first grandchild was coming. Just hope everything's all right. And then that way you remember. Because prior to my rut, I have all these slips, but I'm like, I don't remember where I saw you, or they didn't write anything down. And it's like, what do you say to them when you call them? Because it was a long time ago. And
the more
write notes on there.
The more notes you write on the back of those slips, the better. Even at your parties, like I make notes on my order forms, and so I'll make a note of something we talked about or what she was wearing. If there's a lot of people, just so when I go to follow up, I can remember who that was, because that's just how my brain works. I can't remember names for the life of me, but I can remember if I can have a little slip of paper. Oh, she had the cute shoes. I know who she was. All right, full service checkouts. Tell me about your full service checkouts. What's working and where do you still need help? And what results did you get?
I haven't had a party, so.
Okay. Did you have a party, Elizabeth?
No, I have 2 parties next weekend.
Okay, awesome. So make sure you focus on your full service checkouts for those parties, okay? Julie, tell me about your full service checkouts. I know you've had a party, at least for
Yeah, I did have a party, and it actually resulted in 2 bookings because I took the time, to ask the questions and say, what would you like to and can we? And then I offered some freebies because right now I need to invest in getting some things on the books.
Yep.
So it was worth offering a little extra incentive for people to host.
Awesome.
And that helped. I did forget to compliment them. I know that's one of the things you encourage us to do, just because that's such a great way to build a relationship, and it's good for those customers. Sometimes they haven't had a compliment in a very long time that was genuinely given. So I did forget to do that. It wasn't a great place to sit down with them.
Yeah.
But I did try to start a little conversation and connect what was personal for them, what was important. So I got pieces of it, but definitely didn't complete all of it.
And I knew you had done the full service checkout because after you texted me and said, hey, I got 2 bookings and I got a recruit lead. That doesn't normally come unless you do the full service checkout. So I was very excited when I got that. Okay, what about the online course, Sharing the Opportunity? Did you guys watch that at all?
I didn't get through that one.
Okay.
I have not, but I need to because I have an appointment coming up.
Yes, so there's an online course called Sharing the Opportunity. Add that to your little score sheet for this week, girls, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
So part of the online course with that one is getting comfortable with your own story and sharing your own story. And you want to make your story like personal and to the point without going into like a long dissertation about your whole life. So think about that, like in this, we're going to talk about recruiting tonight actually, but when you're sharing the opportunity, you're sharing why PC for you. Like, why did you choose PC? What was your purpose? Your story is probably totally different. I mean, it's different. All 4 of us have different stories and reasons why we're doing Pampered Chef. But we need to share our story so people can connect with us on a relational way so they know that we're a real person. But then I want you to also add in there too, like, that's my story though. I don't know what your guys' stories are. I don't know what's happening in your life, but I want to at least talk about the business so that you can have the opportunity to hear about it if you think it's a good fit for you. So that's what that little course is about, and it's a really good one to watch. So I would encourage you to do that. All right, call your past 5 hosts and invite them to learn more about the business. Or did you guys call your past hosts? Yep. How did that go?
One actually rebooked again.
Oh, cool.
He's like, I'm not really interested in the business, but I would like to book another party. So.
That's great. So you didn't get a recruit lead or an interview, but you got a booking. It's a win-win.
Yay.
Awesome. Did you call any of your past hosts, girls?
No, I did not.
I sent out a text just saying that it's an exciting month, that the spring line's coming out,
Okay.
and that I kind of, because I talked to Six off and on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if, because I have a ton of catalogs from the winter.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I should be giving away my full catalogs. So I had put something online, and then I was thinking, I don't know if I should give out the full catalog. So Sydney said that there's a flyer that has all the 19 new items in it.
Yes, it's on the supply. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That should be something that maybe I'd feel more comfortable with handing out.
Yeah,
So
it looks like this.
Is it like a flyer, like the Christmas one?
Yeah, you can order it starting today. So it opens up like this, and it has all the new stuff.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And then it folds in the back to where you can actually mail it and send it to like your past hosts or your guests or whatever it may be. So yeah, you can. They're not doing small catalogs this season. They're doing these instead, but they're actually lighter and a whole lot easier to tote around. So they're available online now. Just so you guys know, everything switched over today to the new stuff.
Yay.
Your old catalogs, Faith, reach out to Kimberly, who's in this group, because she just mentioned to me today that she needs more catalogs. So she might be able to, you can stick them in the mail and mail them to her, and she can send you over the money. So she just mentioned today she needed more catalogs. So if you have extra, she might buy them off of you.
Okay.
Okay, so who observed a cooking show?
I didn't see anybody post their cooking shows, their dates, other than I think there was 1 or 2 of us, but I didn't see a lot of choices. Choices.
If you didn't do it this week, girls, I would say, I know that Cindy has one coming up, Faith, next week or 2. So you might be able to watch one of hers. So we on our team page again, if you have parties coming up, let's just make it a habit of posting when they are, even over the next 5 weeks, so that eventually one of us can come watch one of the other parties.
Okay.
And there was an open square on your play sheet. What did you guys put in there? What did you do?
I wrote my event white sheets. So
Okay, awesome.
fill in the white slips for
Yep.
the.
Awesome. Okay. Elizabeth, what'd you put?
I put being purposeful and asking my hosts and hostesses about my hostess, let's be honest, about the business.
Okay, cool. And were you?
Actually, I've just been trying to make sure that my Valentine's Day party is actually going to have people that I haven't offered that to her. That was going to be something I was going to offer in person.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so let's move on to our topic for today. How is recruiting a win for you and for your new consultant? Let's start with your new consultant. Let's create a list of how being part of the Pampered Chef and part of your team is a win for your new consultant. What do you guys think? What are some wins for people to join your team?
And we have a great team.
Friendship. Yep.
Even if I'm not able to be directly with them, I know that you've suggested and you've offered to, take people underneath your wing, Christy. So.
Yep. So, absolutely, a lot of women don't have friends because we're so busy with everything else that's going on in life. So it is nice. I think the culture of our team does breed that. And I mean, I really look forward to my time with you guys. Like whenever we have a meeting, I'm like, oh my God. Because we have that relationship. And so if people are looking for that, they're looking to, even if they don't know anybody in the area, to be part of a team where people actually have a relationship with each other. It's nice. How about an income opportunity? If someone needs the income, then they can do Pampered Chef for that as well. A flexible schedule. You know, you're working around your team. I mean, your own time, not your team, your time. Julie, you're talking about this. She's the busiest she's ever been since she started the business since last year. And she's actually having to look at her schedule and go, okay, when can I work? Because I'm getting full with what I want to do. And so it's still nice because you can work around, your schedule and what you want to do. So there's a low investment. There's a lot of companies out there, girls, that have a really expensive investment to start the business. And I would say that ours is very low and great quality for the price that you're paying, which is a win for your new consultant. You get a discount on your products. So that's exciting for people.
Yay.
The only reason they join is for their own addiction, and so if they want a product at a discount, they join your team for that. And that's okay, girls. If someone wants to join because they're an addict and that's all they want to do is have their own party once every 6 months, totally let them. That's fine. You want all of them on your team. Right now, let's create a list of how recruiting is a win for you. So let's talk about that for a second. Number one, you have the satisfaction of helping someone else move closer to achieving their personal goals. So it really is fun to watch your team members succeed and to watch them text you with some fun and exciting things that are happening in your business. What else is a win for you girls by recruiting?
Increase in income.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You earn awards, short term. Well, it's not really short term; it's more long term. But yeah, you can earn points towards your incentive trip.
I think not only helping others reach their goals, but there's the buddy system and camaraderie and working together.
Yep.
Never fun to work alone.
Yeah, when you have a team member underneath you, you want to be the best that you can be so that you can be, an example for them as well. You can move to team leader. You can move to the team leader level and increase your override. Team leaders can also participate in the lead program. That's old. This is old, outdated. All right. Also, senior consultants and team leaders earn a $30 Pampered Chef dollar bonus when their personal recruits hit $12.50 in sales. So you guys, I know on your goal sheet, you talked about getting more PC dollars. Well, that's how, if you recruit, when they hit their $12.50 in consistent sales, then you get $30 in Pampered Chef dollars. That's always nice to go in there and see that little bonus in there. Mm-hmm. Plus you get the points as well when they qualify. Recruiting always creates a mutual benefit. Keep a clear mental picture of how you are helping someone's life to improve when you help them start a Pampered Chef business. If recruiting can have such a positive impact on others, then it makes sense that they'd want to become very effective at it. In this session, we'll look more closely at following up with leads and interviewing prospects effectively. All right, so let's talk about our recruiting tools. Let's make a list of the recruiting tools you guys have available to you to help you with an interview. What do we have, girls?
The note cards.
Yes, those little note cards, you can download them online so you don't have to buy them. You can download they're called interview cards. They are phenomenal and they keep it all simple, to the point. And I think Julie and I used them in our interview, right, Julie?
With me?
Together.
What's that?
I think we used them at our interview.
Me and you?
Yeah, I think so.
No, because I called you and hunted you down like a dog.
Yes, I know, but then we got together at coffee, didn't we?
No, everything was over the phone. We met each other the first time when you came to my house for my show.
Okay, never. Maybe it was with Amanda?
We good thought. Yes, with Amanda, I think we used them.
Okay. Like, I know I used it with you. Let me think.
Oh, boy.
I know. Hold on. You were sitting there. Amanda was there. That's why. Okay.
That's funny.
So those are awesome. Those recruiting. There's also the brochure, the little brochure, the orange brochure. So you have that as a tool as well. The opportunity call, girls, that they're using with Pampered Chef, they put it on. That call is awesome. So if you have any recruiting leads, have them call into there. They always give away a great giveaway. I think last week with the call, they gave away the grill pan, I think, or something like that. So there's like a
Giving away the 10-inch skillet this week.
That the call this week is a 10-inch skillet. So there's a bonus for them calling in. They could be the one that wins that skillet. It gets sent to their house. So there's reasons to use that opportunity call. Anything else that we have as a recruiting tool?
The folding slide thing.
Yes.
What's it
Yep.
called?
Yep, the little slide.
Yeah, slide.
What is that one?
It's like the no.
Oh, it's like a tri-fold thing, but more than tri, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Some kind of ninja folding, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I gotta clean my office. It's a hot mess. Yeah, and they have a new one out too. I just got it. I was going to show you it, but I think it's in the bottom of the box because I haven't pulled it out yet. So, but there's a new recruiting slide. It keeps it simpler, less stuff, less busy. It's really cute. What else is a recruiting tool? Our Facebook page. If you have someone who's thinking about the business, add them to our page. Tell them you're going to add them so they can see what a fantastic group they're going to be joining and like the support that they're going to have. It's really good to let them see ahead of time that they're not alone in this business, so they will have people around them to support them. So if you have just someone with the slightest interest, please add them to the Facebook page. Just text me and say, please approve them, because I will have to approve them myself, but just say, please approve them. They're contemplating joining. Okay. So Julie, you can add your new girl on there.
Thank you. I will.
You're welcome. But if they decide not to join, go ahead and let me know so I can take them off of there as well too. Like
That was
now at least. Yeah.
You added me to the page before I joined.
Yeah. And I think was it helpful?
What's that?
Is it helpful?
Yeah, I was able to ask a bunch of questions and just say, hey, I'm debating on doing this.
You really used it, which was good. I liked it. You asked your questions and got your questions answered from somebody other than me. So that was good.
And I got a lot of responses. It's funny because I wish I could go back. It's probably way back in like August. So
just type your name in. Type your name in for all your faith, and it should pop up.
Okay. I like to see who answered.
Yeah, I know Sydney did. I don't know who else did.
Probably.
Okay, so we're going to talk about information packets this week, girls. And one of your homeworks is going to be to actually give out some information packets between the next 2 weeks. So in your information packet, you can make them as cute as you want. Like you can put it in a fun envelope, you can just put it in a white envelope, whatever you've got at your house. You can just like put stickers on it, whatever you want them to do. It's up to you. But these are your recruiting information packets. And in these, you want to put that little orange join us. Okay, the little one that's like a trifold.
I have them right here.
You got it, Julie?
Yep, I got one right here. Oh, bottom drawer. Boy. I can't get into it. But yeah, I got it right here. Hang on.
What's going on over there?
Where? Here we go.
All
Stop.
over.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
There it is. Yep.
Stop.
Flip that over for me. Let me see the back.
Oh.
Okay. So make sure you have your label on there.
Yeah, mine are still packaged. This is my other
Yeah,
second
no worries,
package.
no worries. But I'm just reminding
Yep, the little spot.
on there. Make sure you have your label on everything in the packet so that they go, if they grab one and put it in their purse, whatever, they still have your information on the back of it. So put one of those in there. Put one of your catalogs in there. And then put the promotion flyer that's available to us online. For what's the promotion this month? If they join your team this month, what happens? What can they earn?
They get, oh my gosh, a rock crock. That's right.
Yeah. The big.
I told Cindy that at the I almost said at the gender reveal, at the spring reveal.
It will be a gender reveal before we know it.
No, she's not gonna find out.
You're not.
No, not. I'm you all crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like standing outside her door going, "What is it?"
Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun.
Pink booties and blue booties.
What'd you say, Faith?
Does everyone know?
Everyone but Facebook.
Okay.
All the important people in my life. My team knows know. My people from church know, but I have not said, hey, Facebook, to all my hosts. My hosts and guests don't know yet.
What did the boys say?
I'm trying to wait I need to find a doctor first. The boys are excited. They're very excited. They cannot wait. Can't wait. Okay, those are the three things you want. Go ahead.
Related, but catalog. What do you mean by catalog?
A big catalog.
A big catalog.
Yes.
So are we doing, what kind of envelope are we putting this in? Are we
Just
doing?
whatever you have at the house. If you have the white envelopes, if you have yellow envelopes, if you have fun, clear ones, whatever you have, I don't want you to go spend any money. I just want you to make 5 recruiting packets with one of the orange Discover Us, one of the new catalog.
Join us?
Yes, join us.
Join us.
Yes. There's no more. We used to have 2. One was Discover Us and one was Join Us. They got rid of the other one. And then
New catalog or old?
do the new.
What if we haven't gotten ours in yet? When should we expect those?
It's next week. This week you should.
Okay.
But go ahead and put the old in there. I don't want you to not make it, so go ahead and put the old in there for now.
Okay.
It's fine. And then go and print the promotion flyer and print 5 of them and put them in there. So when you schedule your interview and you're having an interview with somebody this week, next week, whatever it may be, what is something you think you should bring to the interview?
Handcuffs? Sorry.
I was thinking Christy.
No.
You.
You can
I like
bring
that.
me. Yes, if
I
I'm
was
available,
thinking
I'm more than
the
happy to come with
agreement.
you. Absolutely. Just let me know when it is. What else can you bring other than me?
A paper agreement.
A paper agreement. Yes, if you have a paper agreement, it would be great to bring one. I don't know if you guys all have them. I don't think they purposely send them out anymore.
No.
But if you have them, great. If not, don't worry about it. You don't have to bring that.
Only because, like, I'm a visual person, so I have, like, 3 of them. They sent it in a box, like, here, have this free. And so I take it, and I don't necessarily have, like, when I went for that one recruiting thing, I wasn't going to have her fill it out. I was just going to do it online, but it's nice to have a visual in front of me.
But there's no reason. If you have one, have them fill it out. Because once their signature goes on it, you can go in there and put all their information in, and they're done. So there's nothing wrong with them filling out the hard one and then you taking it back with you, because now you can get them signed up.
Okay.
So if you do have it, great. What else what should you bring with you to the interview?
The join us is good information. Just if they had questions, that's a good thing to kind of go over, I think.
That's going to be in your packet. So, yep, that's
It's
in
in
your
our
packet.
packet. So the packets are already going to be with us, so we bring the packet with us to the...
Yeah,
or
bring
they've
it with
already
you
been
unless
online.
you've already given it to her, and then tell her to bring
Really?
her to the meeting.
Got it.
You want to bring your calendar so that you can tell her, hey, this is when our next team meeting is. This is the meetings we have. Twice a month we do this. We do a live hands-on, and we also do an informational meeting. So we have 2 meetings. Here's when they are. That way they can put them on their calendar and come to that. You want to ask your prospective person to bring their calendar as well too. so that before you even leave that meeting, if they have said, yes, this sounds like a good plan, you can go ahead with both of your calendars and schedule their kickoff party. If you have your list of 100 or even your lead list, I love your binder, the notebook you put together, Faith. If you have that, go ahead and bring that with you. That way you can show them, hey, this is what I'm doing to keep track and to stay organized. And my goal as your upline is to help you figure out a way that works for you as well too. But this at least helps me see what leads I need to follow up with and which leads I have already touched base with. Just so they can see, hey, this is a real business and this is the real tools that my soon-to-be upline is using. Okay, so now we're going to talk about something else. Maybe. Okay. All right. So I picked a couple subjects for the recruiting tonight to talk about. One of them is getting acquainted. I think this is probably one of the most important, and that's why I wanted to start it. So we're going to talk about getting acquainted and then getting to the yes. Those are the two topics we're going to talk about today. And so in the recruiting theme for the night. Have you ever heard the phrase, communication is a two-way street? What does that mean to you?
Not only is it speaking, but also listening.
Okay. Yep.
Have a conversation, you need two people.
Yes.
So goes back and forth.
Yes. It is a two-way conversation. So that means that you both are speaking. And I would tell you off my notes, you want to lean more towards them speaking and you listening, and then responding back and repeating back what you're hearing them say. It's a conversation which focuses on the potential consultant's needs and interests. This is your recruiting interview. The best way to learn about someone's needs and get acquainted is to ask questions, but then stop and listen. It's hard. If you guys have ever, I took a listening class in college, and one of the things we had to do is, like, for 1 minute, we had to talk to somebody else and just let them listen. They couldn't respond. They couldn't say, oh, I did that too, or nothing. Just listen for 1 minute. And it really was hard because we're so, as women, so used to responding and getting excited because we have that thing in common. But with listening, especially in a recruiting interview, have your ears on turned full on so that you are listening to the red flags we talked about a couple weeks ago, their questions, their concerns, so you can address them in the right manner. So let's think about a job interview for a minute. Is the communication a one-way or a two-way?
It should be a two-way.
Who is the focus on, and who's doing most of the talking during the interview?
Person that's interviewing is listening more.
Yes. Yeah.
That's actually being interviewed, I guess you could
Yes.
say. More
Yeah.
talking.
So if you're the interviewee, you're usually speaking more. So if you're in the middle of an interview with a potential team member and you are realizing that you are talking way more than your potential team member is, I need you to stop. Back, take a sip of your coffee. Okay? Because they need to want this and they need to hear and see, okay, this is actually something that I could have fun doing. Does that make sense, girls?
Yes.
A bunch of talkers.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Including myself. The recruiting interview is similar to a job interview. We need to make sure we're focused on the prospect and that we're not doing all the talking. Remember, ask questions and listen. So I want you to write big on your sheet of paper, listen. Circle it, highlight it, star it, whatever you want to do. Imagine you're about to conduct a recruiting interview. Before you even open the Join Us Recruiting booklet, you want to begin the conversation with 3 simple steps. So before you even get into the information about the business, I want you to start with these steps. Number 1, thank them for meeting with you and for taking the time out of their day to come have coffee with you or wherever you're meeting them. Going back to what Julie said, build a rapport by offering a compliment. or referring to common ground. So if more than likely by the time you've had an interview, you've already had a couple conversations. So refer back to, something that you guys have in common or something that you remember from one of your past conversations. And then just get better acquainted. So before you're even going to talk business, you're going to talk relationship. If you can build a space on a relationship, your recruit will be around a lot longer than if they just sign up and you don't have that relationship. So get acquainted. And you may not like every person you interview. I promise, not everyone I have interviewed have I gone, this is going to be fun. It doesn't, there's some people that just you don't connect with. But everyone has the opportunity to say yes, and everyone has the opportunity to say no. So you can't not do the interview just because you feel a certain way. Do the interview and let them make a decision. You are allowed to have your own opinion. Just keep it to yourself. Or call me and just tell me. Not too sure on this one, Christy. The third step, get better acquainted, help you discover what your prospect is thinking and feeling. There are 5 questions that can help you during this step. So here's 5 things that will help you get acquainted better. Number 1, tell me why did you decide to meet with me today? So I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Thanks. So tell me why did you decide to take 30 minutes out of your day today and come have coffee with me? And that really should give you some good insight onto why they're really meeting with you. They wanted free coffee. Any other reason why you think this might be the first question that you ask?
To see what their intentions are.
Yep.
To kind of have forthright what they're actually doing there.
Yep. Like their level of interest, to see how interested are they really. Think back to when you talked to me or Chris, Elizabeth. Why did you decide to meet with me?
Actually, I didn't have an interview. Anyways.
Well, think back to when you joined. I don't know your story of how you joined with Chris. So think back to that. Like Julie stalked me on the internet.
I did. It was kind of creepy.
She did. She stalked me on the internet, found me, read all my stuff on Facebook and everything. Awesome. I was like, this one's good. And there's Faith, who was like, amazing questions. She had 1,000 questions for me. I'm like, I love this. I love it. Ask away.
I was interviewing you.
You were. You totally did. But you talked more. So that was good.
That was good.
Because it showed me your... What?
You listened.
Yes. Well, because it showed me your level of interest. You asked some really good questions, and you really did have a list of them. I mean, so did you. So I had to listen because I had to respond if I wanted you to say yes to me. But I want you to keep that in mind as you're coming up to start doing your own interviews too, is listen. And everyone's personalities are different. Some have strong personalities. Some are very detailed in their notes, and some really want more information. Some are just like they fly by the seat of their pants, and they're like, hey, this is great. I mean, when I joined, I literally called Chris and said, she had my party like 4 years before, and I said, hey, I want to do the business. Just tell me how to, because I don't know how to do it. I don't really need any information. I'm just going to do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to do it. Everyone has a different approach, but just listen for it. Number 2, have you ever done anything like this before? Did you have any other direct sales experience?
My answer would have been yes. That's why I was asking all the questions.
Yes, ma'am. So how could you respond if someone had a positive experience? And then how would you respond if someone had a negative experience? Faith, this is a good we've had this conversation. Yeah. How would you respond if someone says, yes, I've tried Scentsy, I've tried Origami Owl, it just never seems to work for me? Well, how would you guys respond to that?
I would ask first what didn't work.
Okay.
Because that makes a big difference. I could explain 12 reasons why it will work, but it may not be the piece that didn't work for them.
Yes. Absolutely. So why didn't it work? Yes, absolutely.
I would probably say that I was in a similar situation and that company just didn't work for me, but this company is. So it may work for you.
Yep.
Kind of like relate to them.
Yeah, absolutely, because you have that same history with your story, so you can absolutely relate with that. Yep. And most people have had negative experiences with past businesses. Very few have had positive and then are trying another business, because if they're having a positive, they don't usually leave that business. So most of the time you will run against a negative response. And I found that if someone's tried 1 or 2 businesses before, they're usually great to have on your team. But if they've tried 4, 5, 6 different companies and none of them are working, and I've run into them, what happens is probably this direct selling is not meant for them. I don't want to tell them not to try Pampered Chef, but more than likely it's an internal thing than it is a company thing. Whenever someone's like, I tried everything, I'm like, that's not a good thing. You know, like, but maybe I'm just waiting for Pampered Chef. I don't know, but we can give it a try and see what happens. They usually don't stay on long, but they can still give it a try. Question number 3, what other work experiences have you had? So let's talk about that for a second. Why would you want to ask this question?
I would think, are they familiar with, personal relationships? Do they feel comfortable with talking about a product that some may know and some may not know anything about? I didn't really know a lot about Pampered Chef when I, came on board.
Yeah.
So just kind of like learned by trying that I love the products, and so will you, So if they've worked alone and they haven't worked with a lot of people, maybe their people skills may not mesh. I don't know.
Yeah, knowing their past experiences, if they've worked in retail before, if they've been a waitress before, do they work in an office with numbers? Like, what do they do every day? Because if they have something in their history that, well, if they've been a waitress before, then this is very similar to that, because you're working with people and building relationships with them in a short period of time so that you can serve them to the best of your ability. And so knowing their past history can allow you to say, well, look, you have experience in this. We're just going to transfer it over to PC, and this is how you're going to use that skill in this setting. Or it could be, I am an introvert, and I don't work around people. Well, then in that case, this is going to help you get out of your comfort zone, and it's going to push you to probably be a little uncomfortable, but to feel stronger about that, if that's something that you want to grow and work on. Question number 4, what clubs or organizations do you belong to? What activities are your children involved in? Okay, and so then I want you to think about, your first 5 hosts. So write their names on a piece of paper. And then next to their name, I want you to write how you knew each of them.
How we what?
How you knew each of them. So your first 5 hosts, how did you know them? I'm hoping what you're seeing is that you know people from all different places, and they're part of your life for different reasons. And so by helping your potential recruit think about the things that she does on a daily basis, on a weekly basis with her children, will put her in front of different people and different sources to help pull leads for her new business. Because most of our hosts don't come from the exact line of people. Some maybe are family, some are neighbors, some go to our church, some go to our school. They're all from different avenues. So the question of asking them, what are you involved in? What organizations? What do you do with your children? Just helps them to see that, hey, there are people in my life that might actually be able to help me with my business. Does that make sense, girls?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 5. I'm curious, how would your family feel if you decided to do this? What are some answers we might get from this question? And why is it important to know?
They won't like me being gone.
Okay.
If they don't have a good background support, then it might be difficult for them to find support from home. So you might have to kick up a notch.
Yep.
For them.
Yep. I can tell you from experience of working with my team members, if the spouse is not supportive, it's usually because they've tried something in the past and they spent all the money that they were making, and then they never showed their spouse usually what they made. So what I tell my team members who come in with spouses that are very nervous about it or don't want them to do it is I say, okay, I want you to show them a paycheck. So I know when your schedule, Julie, gets, you're having 3 parties a month now, your paycheck is something you want to show your husband because,
Yes.
oh, wow, really? Oh, consecutively? That's amazing. And it really, men are numbers driven, usually. And if you can show them the numbers in the first few months, then they usually will back off because they'll know that you're actually making some money. But a lot of times a lot of people do this business just for the extra income and they want to spend it on their own stuff. And so they don't want to show their husband. And so if you want the support, just show them your paycheck and then they usually are better. But it's good to know what you're walking into before they join so that you know how to coach them to get the better support that they need. And if they can't get it from their spouse, who else can support them? Is it a best friend? Is it a mom? Who is it that someone behind them can say, I'm here to support you? So getting acquainted is not about specific magic questions. Successful recruiters tell us that it's about asking and listening more about your prospect, talking less about yourself and your experience, and using the information that the Pamper Chef gives you to do the interview. Those interview cards are great. If you stick to them, your interview is less than 30 minutes. You're not dragging it out with lots of detail, and they're really great to use. The next one is getting to your yes. For this activity titled Get to Yes, we need a specific sound effect. Who knows how to make a sound like a champagne cork popping? That was pretty good.
That was great.
What does a popping sound have to do with interviewing or prospective consultant and getting to a yes? Here's a hint. It has nothing to do with champagne. You probably will celebrate when a prospect says yes, but the pop is talking about the first step to getting the yes, and it's up to you. You need to pop the question. Which question am I talking about?
Would you like to join? Would you like to be a part?
Look at that. All right. So often we have interviews. We think it went great. Everyone was there. We had a great conversation. We don't ask at the very end. So are you ready? Do you want to join? We just go, well, they'll let us know when we want to. No, it's just like your final checkout, full service checkout. You have to ask the question. So rate your confidence on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 means you are very uncomfortable and hesitant to pop the question, and 10 means you are confident and always ask for the yes. What's your number? 1 through 10. Faith.
3.
Okay. What's your number? 1 through 10, Elizabeth.
5.
Okay. Julie, number.
Newfound confidence, 7.
Good. And
yeah.
I'm not even at a 10 myself, girls. I'm a pretty good recruiter, but there's times when I don't pop the question either. So nerves set in and I just don't. So I think a 7 is a really great. If you strive for 7 or 8, then that's 80% of the time. So that's pretty good. We've learned that when people are considering the Pamper Chef business opportunity, there are really just 3 questions to ask themselves. Let's look at each of these 3 questions that will help your prospect get to a yes. Number 1. Could this work for me? Think back to when you were making the decision to start your own business. Press the 8 key we're on the phone, but just raise your hand. Raise your hand if this question went through your mind. Could this work for me? Okay. What helped you answer this question with a yes? Like you had this question go through your mind, could this work for me? And you answered yes, because you're here with me today. So what helped you make that yes?
For me, it was being able to ask you the questions and feel more comfortable with my concern or have those questions answered.
Okay. All right. Goes back to listening and responding to what they're asking, correct? Okay, next.
I grew up with the products in my kitchen, and I knew that I would be able to stand behind a good quality product.
Cool. Very cool. So there's different reasons why we come up with, could this work for me? So ask them that. Could this work for you? Like what are you seeing that could work for you? Question number 2, is there help available? What did you most want help with when you were first starting your business? And what concerns did you hear most from people you've interviewed before? Think about your own concerns from when I interviewed you.
Mine was just like step-by-step process. Like, what do I do now? What do I do now?
Yep.
That stuff. And I'm still answering those on my own.
Yep.
And asking for help from you guys. So.
But is there help available? So that's something you want to address too with them is, yeah, you're not alone in this. If you have a question, you can text me, you can post it on our Facebook page. If, I always say if I'm not available, put it on our Facebook page because our team responds back pretty quickly to most questions on there. And so is there help available? Yes, you are not alone. They're not joining this business to be alone. Yes, it is their own business and they won't get stalked, but they are not alone when it comes to questions and training. Question number 3, do I want to do this?
What was the first part?
Do I want to do this? Every single person asks him or herself this question. Does it make perfect sense that if they're already asking him this question, it's easy for you to ask it too? Simply popping the question, do you want to do this? At this point, your prospect has probably decided whether or not to join, so it's appropriate for you to ask. This is one of the very last things that you want to do. So pop the question. Let's take turns popping the questions. I'll start with the question I'd like to ask, and let's see how many questions we can think of. Are you ready to get started? So what's the responses back that you could hear?
Yes, but my schedule's too busy right now because I have school and maybe in a month.
Okay. All right. We're not going to respond back, but I'm just going to go over some and then we'll respond back at the end. Where do you want to get from what do you want to get from your first commission check? So see how these questions are very specific? Like, what do you want your first commission check to look like? And then you can work with them on how to make that happen. So if you want your first check to be $300, then this is what we need to do in your first 30 days. Like, this is what we have to do for that to happen. Would you like to be part of the Pampered Chef? And do you want to schedule your grand opening? That's why you have your calendar. After you pop the question, the person is going to answer yes, no, or I need to think about it. So what do you say when a prospect says yes, other than jump up and down and get really excited?
Great. Let's schedule your grand opening.
And if you have brought your tablet with you, have them do it right there and then. The longer you wait for them to sign up, the less interest they have. So if you brought your tablet and you have Wi-Fi available, you know what? Say, I'm so glad you answered that yes. I can't wait to have you on my team. It literally will take 10 minutes to have you do this online with me right now. So let's just get you started and let them fill it out online. Or if you brought a form, have them fill out the form and sign it. And then you go back home and enter in the information for them, and then they're good to go as well. It literally takes 10 minutes to get them to sign up. It is not a lot of time. So what do you do if a prospect says no?
No, not now, or no, not ever.
I'm just asking about the no.
Yeah,
Well, can't you say that?
You can
Well,
respond
is
to
it
everyone.
just like a timing issue?
Yeah. Can we stay in touch? I respect that you told me no. Can we stay in touch? Usually, the first time that you interview someone or you talk about the business with someone, it's not going to be immediate yes. It's going to be a planting seeds and then watering, and then one day they give you the yes. I mean, if you meet Rachel on our team, it took me 3 years to have her say yes on my team to me. It took me 3 years.
Funny.
Planting seeds and me saying, I don't know why you're not doing this. You keep giving me all these recipes and telling me what to do. And I'm like, just be, just try. And finally she said, well, if the rock crop is ever the sign-on bonus, let me know. I said, well, actually it is. There we go. So she's like, oh, okay, hold on. I got to think about it now. But it took 3 years. And I have a couple more like that too, who've been great hosts of mine for 3 years, and I love them. And I told them, whenever you're ready, I want you on my team. So you let me know when the door is open. So I just plant those seeds, and eventually they might say yes. Now, what happens if they say, I need to think about it?
Maybe have a like another phone date in mind.
Yep.
Say, can I give you, or say something like, well, can we get together for coffee again? And I don't know how long you'd say.
Yeah. And no, you absolutely. You want to set a time right then with them, so they don't give you the no. They go, I need to think about it. I need to talk to my husband about it, which is a very normal response as well. Usually women, if they do have a relationship with someone, want to talk to them about it before they decide on the dotted line. So you say, okay, so let's set a time. You both have our calendars in the next 24 to 48 hours. And that's the key, girls, 24 to 48 hours. Do not wait a week. Do not wait 2 weeks. 24 to 48 hours, touch base with them. Let's talk again, and let's see what you've decided to do. Okay, so what's our game plan? You guys have you printed your play sheets for this week? If not, go on. Do you know where they all are? You can go online and print them.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go over them real quick so you guys know what you're doing this week. On the right side is make 3 contacts a day, and remember, we talked about this last time. If you can't make 3 contacts a day, carry them over to the next day. If there's one day you have a little bit more time, then do your 6 to 7 that day. And you're doing it 5 days a week. You're not doing it 7 days a week. It's 5 days a week, 3 contacts on those days. And I have 2 days a week that I make my calls. That's all I can really fit in, unless I'm like driving in the car and I know I can do some follow-ups then. But I have 2 days a week that are scheduled for my calls, and that's when I'm going to go through my list to make my calls. Do what's best for your schedule. So online course, the recruiting interview. I want you to watch that. Online course recruiting interview, and this is all on your gameplay sheet, so when you print that, you'll see all the homework on there. Give out 5 information packets and schedule a follow-up call or an interview. So the next 2 weeks, I want you to be really purposeful about listening for those red flags that we talked about 2 weeks ago. Who needs income? Who's struggling to pay a bill? Who's getting their tax refund and really super excited they're going to have some money? That's really going on right now, and people want to buy the kit because they have the money right now. So keep that in mind as well, too. And I want you to give out 5 of these. Random, I just want you to be purposeful with your recruiting packets this week. Do 2 practice interviews. So you guys have a partner in crime in this Step Up program. I want you to reach out with them, and I want you to do a practice interview with them. And then I also want you to do a practice interview with a friend of yours or a boyfriend, spouse, mom, whoever, and do a practice interview with them as well. The more you get comfortable with what you're doing, the easier it will be when you do have your first live interview. And on the play sheet is also book 2 shows. So we're going to keep the momentum. We're going to keep the bookings coming. So book 2 shows this week. And that can be catalog, online, or it doesn't have to be a live show. It can be any of them. We celebrate all of them. Review the business opportunity on the Pampered Chef website. So get familiarized with our website and where all the tools are on there so that when someone says yes, you know exactly where to go to and exactly what to do. And you look like you've done this 1,000 times already and you're good. Hands-on training, observe a recruiting interview. So if you haven't observed a show, I want you to try to fit that in over the next couple of weeks. But I want you to observe a recruiting interview as well. Not all of us are close in proximity, so I know that's not possible to do all the time. So as long as you guys are practicing with each other, that's all I really care about, and you can mark off the square. I do have a recruiting interview on Wednesday at 11:30 in Longwood. So if you want to come watch one of mine on Wednesday at 11:30, you are more than welcome to. And if I schedule one on the phone, I will post and let you guys know, so you can three-way call in and listen to the one on the phone as well. There are 3 simple steps to recruiting interview. Remember, the first one is getting acquainted. Second one is explore the business. And then the third step is conclude with a decision. 3 steps. Okay, so now during the interview, take time to start a list of potential hosts and recruits. So this is important when during that interview, you can be talking to them about who could possibly host parties for them and be a possible recruit as well. And then tell the truth about expectations. So I really now, when someone joins my team now, I really am setting an expectation that they're going to hit their 1250 in their first 30 days, because I want them to have that free product, that rock crack, that pot, whatever it is, because I want them to succeed and have that feeling of, oh my gosh, I hit this, and now what can I do after this? And so when you're setting expectations, you can say, you know, my goal is to really help you hit this first goal. Even if you just want to do this part-time or as a hobbyist, we're going to hit this first goal so you can get this free product, because why wouldn't you want it? And then after that, we can reset your goals and see where you want to go from there. Set the expectations from the beginning. That way they're not confused or like they don't know what they're working towards after that. Okay, there is a sheet that you guys can download called the Let's Look at the Recruiting Interview Observation Form. So if you guys do observe a recruiting interview, then you guys can print that form and take some good notes that will be helpful for you later on. So, girls, after you have emailed me, or no, you're going to email me after you've given out 2 information packets. So your goal is 5 in the next 2 weeks. Your goal is 5 packets in the next 2 weeks. But again, I'm challenging you to a lot, so that even if you hand out 2 or 3, that's more than you've done in the last 3 weeks. So that's good. We celebrate everything. So I want you to email me or text me, whatever's best, when you've given out 2 of them. And then I am challenging you guys all to be a champion player in 2 weeks. We only have 2 more calls left, I believe. Maybe 3. But I'm challenging you to be a champion player again in 2 weeks as well. And I'll leave you on this note. It's an excerpt from You Don't Need a Title to Be a Leader by Mark Sanborn. Keep this in mind when you talk with a prospect about the business opportunity. Rapport refers to feeling of uncomfortableness. We tend to like people who think they are like us. Selling and recruiting involves the critical importance of establishing rapport. One effective technique is to look for similarities with the other person. Do you enjoy the same activities? Have you have friends in common? But there's a much easier and natural way to establish rapport. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I always have in common with another person? The answer is their best interest. When people know you are interested in their best interest and in helping them meet their needs, they will trust you. It's human nature. And that genuine interest in helping others and making a positive difference is the essence of leadership. How can you keep your prospect's best interest in mind during the recruiting conversation? Keep that in mind as you're talking to people over the next few weeks. I love that because it's so true. It's not about us. Yes, it helps us, but it's really not about us. It's about them and where this business can take them or what it can do for them in all different aspects of life. So hold on one second.